Let's take a look at your student homepage for your Kaplan Bar Review course. Even if you were taking an in-class course, you will still have access to all of these online features each and every day when you log into your account. And as you can see, there are instructional videos, a countdown widget to show you how many days you have left before the big day, and there's also a quick overview of how you're progressing through the course. But with the daily assignments widget, you're going to have a quick snapshot of all the assignments that you have to do each day when you log into your account. We will give you a full-length syllabus so that you'll have that structure built in. Now, all of these assignments are preloaded. You'll know from day one, each and every day, what you have to do to stay on track. As you go through, you can see every single assignment is already preloaded, so you don't have to wait for anything. You can study subjects as they're convenient to you. But let's take a look at just one day's assignment. As you can see here, your morning assignment is always going to be attend the lecture or watch the video. You will also be able to download the bar notes. You can write them out by hand, or you can do them on the computer. You can watch the lecture from home if you want to, or you can attend class as you prefer. And we will also load the afternoon tasks. The afternoon and morning tasks are uniform for each student because there is a lot of material to cover. However, based on your personal strengths and weaknesses, we will give you targeted tasks that you can perform in the evening according to the work that you do in the online syllabus. The practice questions and practice essays that you submit will all help us gauge what your particular strengths and weaknesses are. Now, one way that Kaplan really gives you the edge is we give you 3 full-length practice MBE practice tests. Only Kaplan does this. Not only do we give you 3 full-length MBE exams, we give you a full-length simulated essay exam. So you're going to know a full 10 days before you set foot into the exam room exactly how you would perform on the big day. This is a really great feature, and it's something that only Kaplan gives you. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is our flagship MBE Q Bank. Our questions are the most test-like, and we give you twice as many as our leading competitor. We have over 3,000 available questions, and they're fully customizable. You can do timed quizzes, or you can do them in tutorial mode. You can choose to use only unused questions or go back and revisit questions. And you can even drill down into very granular detail. So you can look into not just the umbrella subjects, the MBE subjects that we see here, but you can go into individual subtopic detail. For example, individual rights. And you can also customize a quiz up to 100 questions, which is the maximum question set that you'll see on the actual MBE. So let's take a look at what the platform looks like. We did try to make it more like paper, but there were some features that only you can do on the computer. For example, increasing the font size. You can highlight, and you can flag a question for later review. You also have the ability to mark off answers that you don't want to focus on, so you can just focus on the ones that you think are most relevant. And you can even print out a question so that you can go back and look at it later. When you submit the answer, not only are we going to give you the answer explanation that is correct, but we're going to give you the reasons why all the other answer choices are incorrect. And this is crucial because it really helps you understand the law and why certain questions are graded the way that they are. So let's take a look at analysis. What I really want to show you is how granular the detail is in our analysis. Now, you don't really get a great idea here because this is only a single question quiz and I got it wrong, so I know I'm 100% incorrect. What I'm going to do is quickly take you to the Track Progress tab, which we will go into more detail later, but I really want to give you the idea that you can drill down into super granular detail, not only to understand which subject area you need to work on, but what subtopics within each subject you specifically need to work on. So for constitutional law, you know that you need some work on that subject overall, but you know you definitely need work on individual rights, First Amendment. That was something that we knew we had trouble with to begin with, and now we know we need to focus more of our efforts there. This is a crucial way to help you improve your studies. Now let's talk about essays. Our essay grader is truly unlimited essays, and you can practice essay in any subject that is tested. We license the questions from the state and from the national conference, so you know you're getting actual essays. And you can practice essays based on when they were tested or the subject that they were tested. So here we're going to take a look at a July essay that was tested. Now, the one thing that's interesting is you can either review them and print them on your own, or you can go in and submit them for grading as much as you want to, truly unlimited. But let's take a look at what really sets this apart, and that is the feedback that you get. You'll be able to go in and self-grade. You'll be able to look at the essay prompt, a sample outline, and a sample essay, but you'll also be able to see how your essay was scored. There are inline comments, there's an overall score, and coming this summer, we're actually going to be grading exactly like your state bar grades it. So whatever the scoring system is, we're going to approximate that so you'll have a true bar score. Now take a look at these inline comments. They're going to be individual to your specific strengths and weaknesses within each essay, and you're going to get 3 of those on each and every essay that you submit, with the exception of our simulated practice exam. Now, in addition to the inline comments, we're going to give you some substantive application summary. You're going to get a full IRAC or CRAC or whatever your state requires, but we will go through and spot the issues that you spotted or that you missed, see how you articulated the rules, see how well your analysis was done, and see if your conclusion follows. But that's not where we stop. We also go into grammatical and organizational and clarity. So all of those things that are important to writing a good essay are going to be covered, and we're going to make sure that you're able to improve each time that you submit an essay. Now let's go into the flashcards. This is one of the practical tools that we're going to help you use to master all of that black letter law. There's so much law to master, and we're going to make sure that you have access to a flashcard application that allows you to create flashcard decks for each and every subject tested, not just the multi-state. You can choose a flashcard deck that covers each and every one of the subjects that you're testing, or just an individual one like evidence here. And you can make up to 100 question decks. We're just going to make a small deck here so you can get the idea. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see, you think of the answer, and then you can actually choose how confident you are so that you can go back later on and review questions to make sure that you're getting the review that you need. Each question is going to look like this, and the exciting thing is that you can actually sync with your Kaplan Bar Review app. So whether you have an Android device or an iOS device, you'll be able to perfectly sync all the decks that you create with your mobile device, so you'll have access to these flashcards anywhere on the go. And you'll be able to look at your progress and make sure that you are covering that black letter law so that you'll be able to improve your score. So you can see here, we know that we're doing well in property, but we have to go back and cover some other subjects and make sure that we give them the time that they need. But this actually helps us save time because we'll focus just on the areas where we know we need the most help. That is the Flex Flashcard app, and that's one of the things that gives you the Kaplan edge. Now let's talk about test analysis. Only Kaplan gives you the ability to look at past tests up to the last 10 administrations of your state's bar exam. Not only are we going to show you the frequency within each subject was tested, but we're also going to show you the subtopics specifically that were tested each year. So you can go in, you can print this whole chart out, but as you can see here, this gives you the ability to really hone in and focus on just the subtopics that are most likely to be tested, so you're not spending a lot of time studying things that are not likely to show up. This is a really great feature, and it's something that only Kaplan gives you to give you that edge, to allow you to study the most efficiently and effectively when you're working with a limited time schedule over your bar prep period. Now, let's take a look at track progress. We looked briefly at it before, but I want to give you a little more insight into what you can use with this tool. Now, track progress is a one-stop shop. It gives you the ability to look at all of the tests that you're taking, the essays that you're submitting, the MBE questions that you're practicing, and you'll be able to quickly see how well you're doing. You'll be able to take stock of your MBE progress, see your essay grades, you'll be able to analyze any of the MBE tests that you take. You'll even be able to get a quick overview of your top 3 strengths and top 3 weaknesses so that you can quickly go in and do the remediation that you need to make sure that you're mastering all the subjects on an equal footing. You'll also be able to see all the grades for all the simulated tests that you take. For example, here the MPT and the simulated essay exam. And furthermore, in the assignments tab, you'll easily be able to see what work you have left to complete, so you'll never be behind. You'll always be on track. Only Kaplan gives you that edge. So we've covered a lot of the different things here. One more thing I want to show you is academic support. Even if you are taking an online-only course, we're always going to give you support. You're going to have videos, MP3 lectures that you can download from here, and with our Ask an Expert feature, you'll never be too far away from answering a question that you have. So even if you're doing the online-only class, you'll be able to get any question answered that you need to make sure that you understand exactly what's going on at all times. Now let's just go quickly over and review what we've done here. You've looked today at your syllabus. This syllabus is your daily regimen that progressively tailors to your specific strengths and weaknesses, so you'll always be on track, you'll always know what you're doing. Now with our MBEQ bank, these are the most test-like MBE questions, and this is going to help you really prevail on the day of the exam. We have truly unlimited essay grading, and you'll be able to do as many essays as you wish. And with our Flex flashcard application, we're giving you practical tools to help you master the black letter law in a way that's going to really help you study efficiently and effectively. So that is our demo for today. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you on campus soon, and we can't wait to have you in our class.